Vernon plays their second game of the season at home under the lights against Montville. The Vikings get off to a great start here in the very first play as they kick off, but their own Sean Gilner hustles and gets to the ball first at the Mustang 21-yard line. Then on fourth down from the Mustang 5, Vernon's Chris Gonzalez gets the ball, breaks a tackle, and bounces into the end zone for a quick touchdown midway through the first quarter. Later on Montville's second possession, the Mustangs are on third down at their 44 when quarterback John Jesperson throws a deep ball to John Lacey for a good 20-yard gain. But 5 plays later, Vernon halts Montville's drive. Check out this great sack by Viking Air Stoner, which causes the Mustangs to punt. Back on offense, Vernon QB Chris Rourke off the play action finds Chris Gonzalez, who completes the catch and runs for 15 yards down to the Montville 36. But Vernon is unable to reach the end zone. So the Mustangs take over, but they are denied when Vernon stops them again on third down. Watch here as Sean Gilner sacks Mustang quarterback John Jesperson. When the Mustangs punt, Vernon's Tyler Parrish returns and takes off all the way down the far sideline for an apparent 54-yard touchdown. But a penalty means the play is called back, keeping the score at 7-0 Vernon. The Vikings then advance down to red zone territory where they are held to a 24-yard field goal attempt. But the ball is wide left, leaving Vernon still up 7-0 at the half. Here in the third quarter, Vernon QB Chris Rourke drops back and decides to take the ball himself, running down to the Mustang 42 for a first down and a 19-yard gain. Rourke was 5 for 5 on the night. Vernon continues marching down the field on a time-consuming possession that ends with a 28-yard field goal kick by Owen Pullis, giving the Vikings a 10-0 lead with 2:51 remaining in the third quarter. Now Vernon's defense puts the pressure on again as Air Stoner picks up his second sack and forces another Montville punt. And we move to fourth quarter action. Vernon is down at the Montville 49 when Tom Higginson gets the ball. Off a great block from his running mate Chris Gonzalez, Higginson breaks a tackle, pulls a nice spin move, and takes off to the end zone for a 49-yard TD, pushing the score to 17-0 Vernon. Here Montville tries to put together a drive. QB John Jesperson hands off to Mustang Austin Strickland, and he gains 14 yards. But Vernon's defense again rises to the challenge, and Air Stoner gets his third sack in the game, as Vernon goes on to a 17-0 shutout for their first win of the season at Vernon Township High School's Anthony Masserino Stadium.
It feels good last year being 4-6, our sophomore year being 1-9. So it's a big step, being 1-1 coming out of the gate. Tough loss to Roxbury, but it's happy to get a win.
We just really wanted to come out strong for the second game because I remember they beat us by a point last year. So we just wanted to come out strong and win, and we did tonight.
A big part of the Vikings' offense tonight was their power running game, which led them to a victory.
It was great. Tommy had a great game. Parrish had a great game. Ethan Ward, the young kid, had a great game. Our line does a great job.
We needed to establish the run game because we felt like obviously it's one of our strengths, and we didn't do a real good job with it last week. So coming in, it was something that we wanted to establish, and we didn't right away again, but not bad at all. We got to be happy with it.
Despite the win, one area the Vikings want to improve on is cutting down on penalties.
It derails your effort is what it does because at halftime, if you go into the halftime 21-0, they're a football team that's a little more down. If you noticed how they left the sideline, they're down 7-0. They're clapping and they're running off the field. I felt like, and no disrespect to them, but I felt like we left them in the game too long. Definitely something we need to address because we have Sparta next Saturday, and you can't leave Sparta in a game. They'll take the game from you. So.
The Viking defense was tough tonight, keeping Montville at bay throughout the game.
I think we were pretty disciplined because with their option stuff, if you're not disciplined, things are going to break. We saw them run a couple of pretty good runs last week on film, so we knew we had to be on our game. And second half of last week, we did pretty well. We only gave up 46 total yards, and I think they played pretty well. I got to go back and check the film, of course, but without giving up any points, you got to be a little bit happy.